Hey guys, welcome to Slay the... Oh my god, I almost said Slay the Spire. Slay the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Why? What end of the world are you talking about? You say that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget I'm not doing this. Have we considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You
I
have
don't know
to
if that's
put an end
problematic,
to
I'm
her.
gonna be honest. Seems like a good thing for the world. Have any evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Okay. Huh?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Oh god. It was like airplane. And don't call me Shirley.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Really?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Okay.
And causality doesn't matter
I
here,
skipped something.
because the end result is the same no matter what.
No matter what led us up to this point, the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no
It's no
changing
use
that.
arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
I guess that's fair.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
That's kind of rude.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I mean, that's probably true.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
I guess.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Him is him me? Isn't him me?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Ignore myself.
The blade is your...
Oh, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
What the?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
Is she a threat?
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I feel like I should just kill her and not worry about this.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Look at those eyes.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Okay.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Doubt?
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Oh wait, I didn't realize I had
Holy shit, that hurt!
Really?
Though she's unarmed,
hide this.
the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
What the fuck? How did she do that?
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more,
bird?
each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This is the fastest game I've ever played.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder.
Wonder what?
Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay. What? Chapter 2?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end you're here to slay. I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Okay.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us.
Voice of the stubborn.
The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I did listen!
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
I killed her, but she killed me. We
and
both
I believe
died.
your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind it? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Okay.
Ugh. Enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits. Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and
Okay.
like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. Oh, there's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what... Sure there is. It's wasting time. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Okay. I'm gonna make... Oh, it's not auto-advancing.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Who's stubborn?
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just... What else would we even need to know? Exactly. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting.
Okay.
A warning. But she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there, Crystal.
Okay. Oh my god, your mom's behind you. What? Where?
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold
Why
stone
is this
walls
different?
press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Sorry, I like this cheese. I'm eating more of it.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it. Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that. So focus up. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What?
Oh.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Huh?
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about
What
it.
the fuck?
Get to fighting.
Where'd the mirror go?
You take the blade from the old. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carried.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Okay.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
I don't wanna.
Okay, fine. Let's say for a moment I believe you. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
Okay.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Mm-hmm.
You look exactly the same. What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
But I don't wanna.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free? I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh, and I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists.
Huh?
Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah, especially that last part. Don't be such a coward.
I want to be
I'm
a
just
coward.
being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it. Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life. We don't know that.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
I was just nervous, okay? What do you mean?
She wants to fight us again.
Don't
There's
help me
no
like
reason
that.
for us to stand around talking.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
What the? Why? You're chained up.
As you step towards the stairs, you hear the heavy creak of straining metal, and then a snap.
What the
She's
fuck?
loose.
Do you just get
You have
out
to
no
make a
matter
decision,
what?
and you have to make it fast.
What the fuck?
As the princess barrels towards you, you do your best to maneuver between the tight walls of the basement. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Okay.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
What the hell?
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
She's gonna crush my skull?
How disappointing.
Oh my god.
She squeezes,
What
the
the?
pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died
I'm not
back
in the
there.
woods.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. So what? You'd have no? But that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and
She's
openings down
big?
there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you
Should I
lose
move
sight
my
of her,
camera,
if she
like,
manages
higher?
to slip away, that's
What do you
it.
think?
Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the
Let's
beginning?
see. Let me see if I can.
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
Oops.
It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You
What's
can't let
here?
her spread any further. Things are always
But she keeps
changing.
being
She
alive.
changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, you can say that again.
You're the chooser. The best we can do is advise. But we can help if you let us.
Voice of the hunted.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's, I don't know, screaming catharsis is for when we're finished.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your... See? We have even less space than... Take it! You take the blade. Good. There's no... Maybe it'll go away again. For something to go away, it would have to be there to begin with. And let me assure you, there's no mirror here. The only thing at the end of the room is the door to the basement. No
Okay.
use arguing. Mirror or not, we need to be there. The why we pick doesn't matter. I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there, it's right in front of you. This really is just smells of nothing, yet it's still there. You
Smash
bring
it?
your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
Oh.
Swing. Why am I not? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face.
I'm a bird.
There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom. The air hissing up from below. Her voice.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can.
Go to her.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time.
I'm scaroused.
And there'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first, to make time by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to
Oh my
face what
god.
lies at the end of the narrow
She
tunnel.
is more tiefling
The
now.
princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
Damn, look at those thighs, though.
Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
We run?
I really don't like the sound. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting. We've talked plenty. I'm sick of talking. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of you standing just out of reach and teasing me with a fight you won't let me have. You disappointed me last time, so you don't get to choose what happens next.
Oh, man.
Bloody desire in her
Oh,
eyes.
God.
The princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and run.
Okay.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top,
Oh my god.
hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am.
Are
Why
we?
can't you be the same?
What? I don't know what I am.
Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
Oh my
Glance
god.
back at the cabin
she's
as the
so
princess,
big.
singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
Okay.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me.
No.
Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real.
She charges.
Oh god.
Fully determined. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly.
I like her hair.
Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to
Look how
swing
small
again.
we are.
Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh.
No, it's still
It's
a
nothing.
big hand.
A scratch. Yes, we're actually just...
Oops.
Yes, fun.
You managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually kind of close off, aren't we? You just might, but don't let it get to your head now until it's over. This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. Oh, fuck.
The two...
This is how it always needed to be. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death. Oh my god. The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other
She's
again and
stronger,
again.
but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers.
Oh,
She's
am I
slowing down,
more edgy?
blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady.
Okay.
More! Keep going! We can't stop now! You spy an opening.
Oh my god.
This time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms.
Aww.
You're slammed to the
Hug.
ground.
He gives me hug.
Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough
I'm
to kill
alive!
you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me.
Oh my god, we
haven't
lived.
you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
Ew. Ew. What the fuck? Ew. Okay.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here. The world didn't end. We're still here. All right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It's like it's mocking her. Let's just stay. There's something dreadful about it.
Uh-oh.
I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need... I'm begging you, don't. It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Look at the feathers! I'm a bird! I'm a pretty bird! It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. What cabin? What the? You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Hmm?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing The space we're in is vacant. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing.
Why did the
to
audio
reclaim
get
it.
different?
She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
Huh?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles.
Huh?
Does it matter where one thing begins?
I don't
and
think I'm
another
speaking in
ends?
circles.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed.
Oh, now I'm blocking this
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 is not a
dialogue.
place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. I know only that they are. You are familiar, but you are not. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Reach them how?
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget,
I don't want
if
to
only
forget.
you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh, okay. Oh god, more.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Only Kara.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to
Okay.
remold. How can I know? Then we will be here forever.
Okay.
Everything.
Oh, I guess
She
we will
asks
forget.
that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to Unfortunately, you're the Seriously? You're just going There won't be a new dawn if the fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
This is round 2.
Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's
is
back on track again.
convenient.
Maybe the
Wow.
world can still be saved after all.
Rude.
That's great to hear. A warning. She will lie. Fortunately, we can't just go.
Okay. So she's gonna kick my ass.
The interior of the cabin is almost You take the
Oh, what if we don't take the blade next
The
time?
door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her.
Then why did you bring a knife with you?
Okay.
The blade tumbles out.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Okay.
Against your better
Talk.
judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Okay, this is a weird question, but this reminded me of it. So the word talk, like TikTok, and TALK, talk. We're here to talk. Do you say those differently? Talk and talk? Talk? Because I say them differently. Do you guys say them differently? Jordan doesn't say them differently either. So he was like, I keep mixing up talk and talk. And I'm like, talk? You're talking. And TikTok. Slightly different. Yeah, Jordan says talk and talk. I kind of said it different there. Talk and talk. And I was like, I can't be the only one that says them differently. Picture? Picture and picture. I say picture. Cock. I do say cock differently than cock. And like cot, like C-O-T, and caught, C-A-U-G-H-T, caught and cot, right? Those are different too, right? Y'all pronounce those differently? Caught versus caught. They're the same for you? Bex, what part of the country do you live in? If you're okay saying. Hi, Crumb! Thank you for the raid, Crumb. I wonder if you would like this game, Crumb. The combs. More distinct than talk and talk.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
You
Just
knew?
make sure
I
you
knew,
don't
I'm
forget about
Kara.
the blade on the floor.
Caught and
You're
caught
going
sound
to
the
need
same to
it.
you?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
She's funny.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I guess that's true.
She hesitates before answering.
Why?
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Actually, there's differences. There's differences between your highness and your
Note
majesty.
the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
She's wrong. Majesty is only for king or queen. Highness is for anything other than king or queen. You should know this, princess. Ugh. Oh, thank you, League. I'm not even wearing makeup. Thank you.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
I think your grace is for dukes and duchesses. Highness is for princesses and princes and stuff.
Don't just tell her that.
A princess cannot be your majesty.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, they haven't.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
I want to know
That
why.
doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
DC area. Huh. I've heard that Eastern people say, like, cot and cot more.
I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Okay.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my
No.
word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
I guess I don't know you.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
What the?
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Yes,
So
someone
do you
must
trust
have
me,
drawn this whole
the
game.
prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less. You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing
She's
you
very
don't
cute.
have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
A key, you say?
well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
Okay.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Cut her hand off.
She is. I'm sure of it.
We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided...
You know why you're... Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
That's funny.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Okay.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Why not? I have a text. If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Oh my god. I have
She
to cut your
speaks with
arm
almost
off.
complete nonchalance.
Nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Yeah, probably true.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You
What
hear
the-
the click of a lock sliding into place.
What the? That is so rude.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until
Narrator,
the task
what the
is
fuck?
done.
You can touch things?
You try the door, but I'll repeat myself once.
What the fuck?
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and...
You won't like what happens.
Let's save the princess.
Against your
Oh
better
my God!
judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the
Why not
massive,
do the wrist?
unyielding chain.
That seems easier. What?
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you
Ew!
make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone,
Why
and she
are her
pulls
eyes
the bleeding
huge?
stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let as the princess
What the-
approaches
what
the
the-
bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What the? What the? Oh.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I guess I'm gonna resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yes.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
She gonna kill me?
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
The prisoner.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a
Skeptic.
word out of his mouth.
Who's skeptic?
There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. You know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
That's true.
Those are two very... Let's say if you're... That doesn't... But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really
Did you
did what
say
you said I did,
something mean
you
to
probably
me?
deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Maybe.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived
I don't know.
happily ever after?
Maybe.
Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
No.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
True.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. You're talking in... No, I'm talking...
Okay.
I'm not so sure, Run. Seriously? Fine. I suppose you just quietly... That's strange. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? But fine. You turn around and trek back.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Huh?
What's going on? Where are we? Did we do this? Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end?
What the? The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Ah, the hands! Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force push against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our own salvation. Ow.
You're on a path. I'm talking. Don't. Of course I haven't. What? I mean. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up. We're not going to go through. Ignore him. He doesn't know.
Guess I'll go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin, the blade is.
What if I just leave the blade? What happens then?
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. So don't let it fool you.
Wait, really? You're here?
I see.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs
Aw.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
She has
around
the
her
eyes
wrist,
immediately.
binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, you're only making this more difficult.
I have no knife now, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains, but they're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
You don't say.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe. You don't know. Maybe they did.
Maybe there's some way to break the chain? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always...
She offers the suggestion with all... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure you attempt to make your way. Is someone else... You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Indeed, they did.
There's a slight panic rising in the prince.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could
She barely hesitates
my
before raising
God.
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she
What
rips her
the
flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way, or we could use it. You won't like...
Yeah, let's slay her.
Without hesitation,
Oh, shit.
you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Her back.
The wound
Oh, I
drives
guess
her to the
so.
ground. Okay.
I'm a bird.
There's no going back now.
I just
I'm
like
with
seeing
you
the
to
bird
the end.
arm.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Ruh-roh.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Oh my god.
I thought we had the upper hand,
aroused.
but it's as if she's barely eaten act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I don't know about that.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked
Why
with
is she
pain as
all,
she
like,
rips into you with tooth
feral
and claw.
now?
Forget about trying to rescue her. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out.
What,
Excuse
really?
me? What is about? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? You take another step. The two of you enter one last exchange. You collapse on the
We
ground.
died again?
After all this time alone,
Silence.
Aww.
You've paid a terrible price.
If you think this is it, you're
But you don't have time to
no.
worry over such things. Everything goes...
The witch.
You're on a path
I've
in
betrayed
the wood.
her.
You're here to slay her.
Okay. Yeah, that's a new chapter
warning.
too.
She will lie. Don't worry.
Can I go down
The
without the
interior
blade?
of the cabin is a mess. The blade is your...
What
No
if I-
blade. It'll always be here if we need it.
The
Sure,
opportunist.
that was also true last time and we still died, but we... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the
Oh.
muddy earth below. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your
Ew.
lungs are being coated in mud with each
Why
intake
is
of
it
breath.
wet?
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters.
Something nasty finds itself.
I'm
But
not
you
nasty.
are. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path.
What
I
the?
know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused. She seems... You
Oh,
can't.
God.
Unless... Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
That's true.
Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
She's got a
You
tail.
descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom.
Debate.
She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Okay.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive well, you see... Do you remember us then? Do you...
I'm gonna shave.
No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have
I
a
don't know
shared
if that's
reality,
web
even
E.
if
It's
I'm
more
not
like
a part
just
of
a
it.
paw or
I won't
something.
waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Behind
Is it
us,
all behind
eh?
us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
I want to talk to her.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Huh?
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
I am sorry.
If you're sorry, then you were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair.
She's got a point.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose...
Seems to me like she's offering a mute. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Oh, nuh-uh.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh, okay.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cup. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out.
That's funny.
Now stop her.
Okay.
And why would I do such a thing? It's someone's guilty but I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
True.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. She needs us to get out of here. You won't be fine, because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember?
Nah.
Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Okay.
Yes, let's.
She's gonna
She creeps
stab me,
forward,
isn't she?
taking one cautious step at a time until she never breaks
she's
eye
so
contact,
cute.
even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
She's so cute right now.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
I don't have anything.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
I don't like this.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many
She
more
does keep
warnings I have to
wooing.
dole out, but if you help her out of here...
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
Oh boy.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your
Surely
ascent
she
from the
won't
basement.
stab
The princess
me.
follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nerve. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? No. The princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and, in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
Well, she hasn't
Isn't
stabbed
that a
me
relief?
yet.
Well, you're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder,
man.
sharp and piercing. The
She
princess
did
clawing
stab
at you
me.
and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding
I
wooden
can
roots,
fix
until
her.
finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Ugh.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
Oh,
You're
God.
still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up.
Oh, man.
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
Why not?
I'm
What
afraid your
happened?
back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and
My
you had
back
several.
is broken. What the?
You know, we were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's
Why
what I would have
did
done.
she do that?
Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
What? I know maybe we were chill, man.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you.
What the? That's kind of rude.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
Yeah.
See, this is why I
She's
wanted her
about
to
to
go
say
first. I had this
nya.
whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back.
Okay, my bad.
There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
Oh, true.
You're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho!
Ah.
She's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity,
So funny.
silence falling between you for a long moment as
Oh.
her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
Cool.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Ew.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh. The hands!
She's gone. Where is that? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be if anything. What is that supposed to mean? You better watch your back.
Bird! What did it say? You've grown? Oh. I didn't make it to chapter 3. Oh. I did. Oh.
When I found you in the long quiet, but your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual flickering lights whenever you... Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together. It feels correct. I'm sorry. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more... Is... Why wouldn't... With every gift, I cannot tell you what...
Okay.
But in this moment... Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen.
Okay. Oh my god, there's so many.
The vessels are a weave of emotion. The wounds they've suffered, I would be alone. My roots burrow in...
Okay.
There's no way...
I'm ready to go
I
back.
await your... We will meet again.
Ah. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path. That's the spirit. You make your way up the... We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't...
Have we done the one where we don't talk? Okay, let's do the one where we don't talk at all. And just go.
The interior blade. The door to the basement her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool... Good. You're still listening to reason. You
No
walk and she's
talking.
focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward. Your grip...
Oh? No talking. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason. So...
You lunge forward
Oh.
without a moment. You feel flesh easily give way.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this?
It's like she's convinced she can't. Yes. Even as she... But it's over, isn't it? But is it over?
Oh.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good.
Okay.
One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't. You open the cabin door, ready to... Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
What the frick?
Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
I don't think
Where a
we
lush
would.
forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What the heck?
What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. This is what's best for everyone.
What the? He
Time
sucks.
passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
I'm happier. Totally.
Are we really happy? Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here.
An
But
idea.
you're probably not going to like it.
Not going to like
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Are we gonna kill ourselves?
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
I mean...
He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
What? Why does it matter?
What a relief. I suppose we've got all more happy time. Please shake the little voice. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Am I? Oh.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh.
Good, because I have an idea. The blade. I can hear. He's right. Do you hear? Do you not? Don't you? How astute. You are absolutely correct. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
Yeah. He's right.
And that little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
I wanna be happy.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
What the? That's so
Fine.
rude.
Whatever. For the first time since time stopped, the princess's
Oh my
body
God.
is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Okay. The specter.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Whoa.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last
Voice
time.
of the cold.
We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Okay.
A warning. She will lie. She won't.
She's a ghost.
The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt permeates. The blade is your It feels like no one's been here, like I've been saying.
Guess I'll take the blade.
You walk. What are you talking? You reach, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would... The room below... Nobody's here. As much as I appreciate the I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend
my
the
God.
final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears
Ew.
from underneath the floor.
Oh my god.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
Hi, Molly Crafts.
And finally, the rest of the body floats.
Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Ghost!
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping
Yeah,
to
the
see
ghost
you again.
is chained.
I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Uh-huh.
The princess drifts across the
Oh my
room
God.
into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles.
She can touch me? How come she can touch me? How can she touch?
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if
What
we
the
wanted
fuck?
to.
What if I don't want to?
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Very whispery.
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have
Hear me
unfinished
out.
business with you. Or
Is
maybe you
ghost
have
the white
unfinished business
girlfriend
with me.
shaped?
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you... A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
What the?
I just want the same thing I've always wanted. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything would be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things.
How would we even kill her?
It'd be dull anyway. It's more
But you can come and go as you please. After all, you
absolutely. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. But I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place.
I kind of
if you let her in,
wanna.
there is very... Would she be able to see... Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could find... You won't like...
Sounds great. Do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Uh-huh.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you?
Aw.
Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
What do you...
See you soon.
Ew! Ew!
She rushes forward and then... she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain. You collapse to the floor.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels...
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Uh-huh.
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Eh?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
What the hell?
Who cares what we are?
You don't have to fight. We'll all be...
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I guess.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
I've been playing
No, I'm not
for
talking
about
about
an
you. I'm
hour and a
talking about
half, I
him.
guess?
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Oh.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, duh. Stupid.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
It's not
You
nice.
don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
True.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
How do I slay the princess?
It's okay. We're almost out.
Everything won't. One way or another, this is all going.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Isn't that an interest? I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to
hears
do
me.
that? Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made.
Has it?
All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
I guess.
After all that, you're really just going to stab?
Hear that? You lift the blade,
Oh, Jesus.
then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
Okay.
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
Ew. Okay.
I don't want to die in you. I thought you finally understood me, but instead you just wanted to hurt me again.
Yeah, that's kind of rude.
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
If only I could drag you with me and make you understand. But that's not the way things get to go for me, is it?
It would certainly be interesting. Though being dead does sound dark.
Get away from me, you cold little freak.
Ew. Feel a dull tear. Like strips of meat being delicately peeled from bone. Oh. Stripped away from something that used to be important at the very least. You've been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget it first. But
We were so close to leaving, and now look at you. Look at me.
Huh? Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers.
Oh, you're here too. Maybe trying to slay me was for the best, if it means you could leave those other voices behind. The two mean ones, at least. I feel kind of bad for the nice one.
Aw.
But we probably shouldn't think about them too much right now. They're a mess. And
Yeah,
I
we
don't
let her
think we can
leave the
fix
first
them.
time when she was a giant
People
tiefling.
annoy you over messes that can't be fixed.
Oh my god.
Wait, if we need to leave together to get out, this could still count. We have to try before your body stops being alive.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Huh.
We're not gonna make it, are we? We're gonna be stuck again.
You're seated in a room that's empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet, and you are alone. This is what you deserve. This is what you deserve.
Are you still there? Am I alone again? We're back at the beginning. My beginning. This is what happened to me last time. I'm just trying to make the best of things. You could always make the best of things too, if you want. We both have a chance to start over.
Okay.
Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that feels right. I never wanted to be your enemy.
Hello.
I don't know what to say. I just feel fine right now. I think things happen for a reason.
Okay.
And if you trying to kill both of us is what it takes for you to finally see what I see, then I'm okay with that.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm sure you had your reasons. I don't think it's good to hold on to the past like that anyways. It's better if we choose to move forward together.
Where are you supposed to get out of here? Oh. What the hell?
Maybe? It's like sometimes we are and sometimes we aren't. Like we're something in between ghost and not ghost. I don't know. I hope they're okay. Some of them, at least. I didn't like the one that kept bossing you around, and that quiet one kinda gave me the creeps. I liked that last one, though. Well, that's what I've always done. I wish I knew, but I think we're... I already told you I don't have...
Huh.
I've never gotten a title card. What did yours say?
Title card.
Well, maybe you're just misguided.
This is so
And the
meta.
story's not over yet. We might still find a happy ending. But I think it's time we start a new chapter. Chapter 3. The Princess and the Dragon.
A dragon.
Well, they're similar, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Uh-oh. Something is here.
I guess you made it back here. We're still all wrong. It's like you don't really know what we're supposed to be.
Uh-oh. Flickering in your body stops. You are solid.
I know that sound. That's the knife. I guess it's hard to do anything without it.
Making hinges once again, but this time clear, closer. But you say nothing.
Are you trying to say something out loud? I don't think you can do that while you're in here with me. I think we're stuck together, so we have to be on the same team. I'd hoped you were on my side by now.
Oh.
Thumb.
Ew.
Thump.
Oh my god. You look crazy.
You're you? You've always looked like this. You're scary sometimes, but looks only matter so much. I guess we'll just have to talk to them. So, here we are again. I'm back in chains and you have your knife. So, what are we going to do?
Huh.
I guess we could just stare at each other? No, I don't think so. You've always been a little quiet.
Uh-oh.
I
That's true.
can't hear what's going on in there anymore now that I'm back in my own body. Do you want to share your thoughts? It'd only be polite, really.
Polite.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
What the? What the heck?
But I think we hold the power right now.
Rude?
How dull. We've already had our discussions in private. I'd rather not keep listening to the rest of you
I guess
run
that
in
is
circles,
the
repeating
narrator.
the same arguments again and again and again. It was so much more interesting when we had someone to mediate. I'm sorry, did you just share privileged information with the enemy? Well, it isn't privileged anymore, now is it? Do we really need all this
Is
secrecy?
this the hero? And this is the narrator?
No, we don't.
Is this the cold guy?
Yes we do. Sidebar, everyone, now. Chop chop.
Excuse me. They're not listening to me. Exactly. And you know what? I'm not, hello? I'm trying to say something. Hey, I said I'm talking now. Will you listen to me?
So you are, and very loudly. Do you have something to say?
Oops. I mean, yeah. I already know about all that privileged information because he's in here with me.
Oh, how very interesting. Yeah, that changes things, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh, it changes things, all right. We get to take out 2 birds with 1 stone.
What the?
Wait, what?
From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy?
What the?
Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this
Incorporeality.
if I didn't think it would be easy.
And are you doing this?
Oh, I most definitely am.
You feel small as the monster in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this. Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us.
Who's he?
He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter. Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Huh. Ah!
Princess collapses against the wall. See? That was easy. It was too easy.
The
I felt
opportunist.
bad.
Huh.
Don't feel bad. Life is all about taking the easy wins. You don't think the people at the top got there because they worked for it, do you? I mean, of course they did. Hard work is important. Yeah, hard work often goes unappreciated. Why?
Oh, it's just the
screw hard
opportunist,
work.
yeah.
I guarantee you that anyone who's anyone has done nothing
We do
but
know
take
that
shortcuts.
voice.
Am I supposed to find that impressive? Of course you are. I got us here, didn't I? Yes, everyone's very impressed with your accomplishments. But in case you hadn't noticed, she isn't dead yet. So how about you finish this before you start celebrating yourself?
But I don't wanna.
What are you waiting for? You won, didn't you? Not that it's hard executing a helpless captive.
Oh, she's got the little thingy.
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended.
That's you in that body again, isn't it? I'm hurt, but I'll live. If you'll... Then the only thing left to do is cut me out of here. You should give the knife to me, though. What if you using it kicks you out of your body again?
Okay, listen. I know you're in charge again, but this is obviously a trick. We can't trust her. We literally just stabbed her. Someone's gonna have to take...
Uh-oh. Ah, fuck it.
You hand the blade to the princess, who gingerly cuts herself free from her bindings. And then what happens? Then, as her chains clatter to the floor, she turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No. You need the blade to deal with her.
I didn't know there was a window. Isn't it a basement?
I'm so glad that's behind us. Come on, let's get out of here.
She reaches forward,
Aww.
takes your hand in hers before excitedly pulling you towards the basement stairs. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know?
Is it nice?
You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with. Ugh, whatever. It's delicate and tender. So even through everything, she
Delicate
hasn't
and
forgotten what
tender.
it's like to have a heart. That'll do.
Yay.
The two of you rush up the basement stairs together. Ugh. Welcome back, by the way. Yes, we all missed you so very much. I missed you the most. You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever.
She's very
it doesn't
cute.
matter. If you step through that door, you're damning every single person alive. You do realise that, yes?
Nah.
Who cares?
One last door, and then we're free. I'm down a hand, so You'll have to be the one to open it.
I guess we're free.
Twist the doorknob in your hand
Cute.
and step
What?
forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted. I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
Yeah. Shut up, narrator. Jason finishes thought before disappearing entirely. You find yourself free of any of the regrets he wished upon you.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be happy, but I think I am. I just didn't realize that being happy would feel so cold.
Uh-oh. No!
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
But it feels so bad. If they think it's bad,
You don't need to comfort. Okay.
finally.
Whatever may...
Oh man, the hands. It's always the hands. Wait, why am I melty? You've withered. What the? Why am I withered?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make... It says that your heart... This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know, do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what perhaps this will change when our work is done. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Why is it always loud and scary?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You make your way up the... We're not going to ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your...
We will just enter the basement?
The door to the... Her voice
Hello?
is... How many times do I have to tell you?
Wait, really? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? You're only making this more...
Thank you, and you won't.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right... You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's doubtful. Whoever locked them...
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make your... Someone else... You try them. You You make your way easier for every...
Oh god. Save the
Fine.
princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Yes.
You cut into her flesh. The blade
Owie.
is sharp, and it takes little effort. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound. No. She smiles softly as her gaze meets. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Stop
As
it,
the princess,
narrator.
wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into... But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Yeah, I noticed. I've noticed
Stop
that.
it. Stop trying to resist me.
No.
The blade!
Resist.
Move. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Aww.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your
eyes are
infuriatingly
huge.
rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing...
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can for her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know
Oh
how to
my
use
God.
it, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Aw.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming
Aw,
from
she's
you.
crying.
As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Oh. It's
You're on a
different.
path in the wood. You're here to... A warning. She will laugh. If only... Forget he said anything. But he is a villain.
Voice of the smitten.
He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Oh my god.
Last time, I think he just likes to hear the sound of his... I do, but I also speak from the heart. My
It is me.
passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Okay. To the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is
fancy.
clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is...
No. No blade. We love her.
The door to the base, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice.
Hello?
Her voice. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
Yeah.
We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
We don't even know her.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are... You walk down the stairs
God,
and
look
lock
at her
eyes
cute
with the
dress.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Okay.
You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Pretty funny.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
A hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
She got the girls out.
Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
Yes, and we
That's
love
right, villain. And you killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
It's fine.
You died, and now we're talking.
Okay.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
That's a confession.
At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist.
A
The
little
princess
bit
shifts
nihilist.
in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't care.
Okay.
She wasn't confused for long. If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well,
Cruelty.
and it's high time we rescued our beloved.
So true.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for...
That's okay. You were just doing your best.
She took that in
Aw.
stride. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little... Rescue her? What? Don't you see how dainty her... No, she's a prisoner here. If her hand could just slip out of the chains... Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her
Courageously.
binding. No, You're what? Take over? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try
Titanic.
anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Damn.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
True. They just slip
You
right
approach
off.
the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you.
I'm free.
There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer. I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so
The
much.
princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our
Yes,
side?
What do
love.
we do now?
What do
Let
you
me
want to do?
guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Oh.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
Oh
She
dear.
can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me.
Uh-oh.
That's all I want for her, so
Why is
of
this getting
course she'd want the
weird?
same for us.
Uh-oh.
Are you seriously?
Oh, we've been over this.
Uh-oh.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh my god.
I just want to make you happy. Oh, is that really what you want?
Her eyes dart uncomfortably.
I guess we could do that.
What if we just stay here?
Oh, at least she's normal again. Normal again? But she... No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more... As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your... Oh! What? What is he doing? Are you sure you want to know? You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it. Your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh
Hi.
no! What are you doing?
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
I don't know what I picked!
And yet, it will be soon. You yank your exposed part,
what the
framed
fuck?
by jagged ribs, thumps
What did I pick? If we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
Don't mind my
literal.
sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
What are we trying to tell her?
It's beautiful.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Epilogue, wow.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly all... Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that.
The paranoid.
And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! I can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place, all stale and wrong. Can't you feel it? Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
The other one?
Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet.
I thought he died.
One might even say absent.
Did he not die?
Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
No, we had multiple before.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus. I'm going to describe the room now.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicoloured glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
So true.
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good. I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
True. Okay.
Oh, I see it. I've just been preoccupied with everything else going on. Like the fact that we can rip our own heart out without deciding that's what we're going to do.
That's true.
Is that what happened to you last time? How did that even work? You better not do it again. Lucky for you, the one who did it is the one who's gone. Wonderful. Moving on, I have no idea what you're talking about. There is no mirror. There's only the stained glass windows, the empty table where your blade should be, and the door to the basement. Well, there it is. It feels like mirror or no mirror. You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. What is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find well. You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone. I don't like things disappearing on us. Neither do I. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Puppies!
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning. No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
Princess, why are you tired?
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay? And don't eat.
I'm gonna eat the food. I want to eat the food.
This hall, like the one
she's
below,
so cute.
is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the centre of the room, the princess seated at its far end. Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something.
We're not gonna
waiting
kill
for us.
her.
You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
What happened last time?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
There's this weird shadow behind her.
As the words leave her mouth, the
Oh my
torches
God.
flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Oh, when she changed art styles. Got it.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn
Oh.
bright, and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
How convenient.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but It looks so amazing, and after I'm not sure about anything. For what it's worth,
I'm gonna
I generally
eat it.
don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
I'm gonna eat it.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
Hell yeah.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had.
Sick.
But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Uh-oh. Wait, that's awesome.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table,
Okay.
clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you.
Yo, I can keep eating amazing food and I never get too hungry. This is amazing.
The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already.
That's okay.
And then it's over.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal. That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down. We're
So
just getting a little
trendy.
sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're...
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Aw.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat... I'm so tired of eating. At least you still have the memory of how good it...
I'm so tired of this.
Aw.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters, and then goes out entirely.
Uh-oh.
What just happened? Did I...
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Who's he? Oh, is that Smitten?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here.
Yes.
Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
smitten.
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. No,
Pussy.
I saw him smile. That's him. Regardless,
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask, isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
Slay the princess? Oh god.
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game. Yeah, that's exactly what we should
the
do.
flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
Oh. Really?
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, game!
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind. You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
What?
And so you start over.
Oh god.
Time passes. You play the game. You win. Hey! Will you look at that?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Oh god.
Time passes.
This is like playing
play
Among
again.
Us.
She wins.
Oh my god, the cones of Dunshire.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore.
Jacqueline.
It's never going to stay fun. You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life.
But
then you get used to the additions,
oh
and the
god.
feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More
It's
pieces are
about
added.
the cones.
Feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination.
Oh dear.
Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end.
I'm out of ideas.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flame.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
Uh-oh. I think he's upset.
This is awful. I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves. The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence.
Yes! I don't know.
Princess smiles as the... Come on, there has to be a way out of this. And wait, we live in a changing world. And wait, you keep saying that, but we can't. And wait.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh no. The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out? I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But
The
there aren't
epilogue is
any
much
stars
longer than
here.
the chapters.
I'd have to leave.
As she says that,
Uh-oh.
the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
Aw. Uh-oh.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out. She raises her head.
Your fault. I don't think this is the sort of thing anybody needs to apologize for.
Aw.
Even if we both feel empty. Even if an important part of us is gone.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Okay.
Do you still care about me?
What? Of course.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. I still care about you, too, so maybe this wasn't all bad. But I don't think this place is for us anymore. I think we need to go.
Aw.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile.
Demure.
She gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
What the?
Really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it?
Huh.
Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
Wow. We broke the narrator.
You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone, isn't he? Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful.
Aw. A quiet moment passes over you, a comfortable quiet. Aw.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Aw. Cute.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
Uh-oh.
She's gone. And is that a... This...
Typical
This
tier
doesn't
3
feel cool.
sub. You're unraveled. Hmm?
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the... Do you know it? This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Aw.
The next time I see you, each of us will find... I will be here.
That scares me every time, dude. Jesus Christ.
You're on a path in the woods. You make your... We're not going to go... Ignore him. You take the blade from the... Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool you. Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. You walk down the... She's so focused on the task.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. How about you drop the knife and the...
Look how reasonable... Don't you dare. It's fine.
Princesses have been seen. Quite a few.
Blade
Thank you.
against your better judgment will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Do you? You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me. I know.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation. Oh, have you
You know. Oh, you have to be kidding. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the...
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever locked the
Well, you do have that big.
She speaks with almost we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure. You attempt. Is someone. You make your way back. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They like the knife. Pick it.
You won't like.
We got Spectre. We got Spectre.
Against your better judgment, you cut into her. The blade is sharp. She didn't so much as utter. How is she so
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any. As the prince. Wait, watch.
Guess we'll just slay the princess.
You bring the blade, okay? Though the blade left a deep gap.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, but she's ready for you. Drop
Oh
the
God!
blade.
Oh!
Pathetically, she lets go, and faster than you, there's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone. You fall to your knees. You're barely
How is
able to
she
bring
so
your trembling
strong?
arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again.
How is she so strong?
Every blow is as
My
punishing as the
God.
first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
Blossoming.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
Oh God.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground.
Picked me up.
It can't just. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
I mean, this was different. Oh, the tower. This is
You're
different,
on a
right?
path. You're here. She will lie. We might as. Can we tone down? I'm not being a pessimist.
It's broken.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their big. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her. But if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Rescue her. So please, if that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
Interesting.
The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. Why do we feel we don't feel small? You
Guess I'll
take the blade from. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase.
Something,
Its steps
yeah, it's
almost
different
as deep as you are tall.
If we
The
don't
smell
bring
of
the
incense
knife.
drifts up from below. For a
But we
moment,
haven't gotten this yet,
you
so I'm gonna
almost
bring the
feel at
blade for this
ease.
one.
Huh. It's still a stone basement. Her booming voice.
Is that a guest I hear?
Oh
You
God.
weren't kidding. We need to get down there. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a
Making my
time-consuming
way
and
down the
exhausting
spiral
effort,
staircase.
every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The
Oh my
princess towers
God.
over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long
Yeah,
hair
mummy?
billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I am a bird. Thank you for noticing.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Oh.
Drop it.
Okay. Wait. What should I do? What should I do?
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters
You have to
uselessly
listen to
the floor.
mommy. That's true.
We didn't have to do that,
Yeah, we did. Mother said.
and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Yes, mommy.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here
What?
you are
I stabbed
again,
you.
trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then, and there's nothing we can do to stop her now.
He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before, and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas. You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
You weak-willed buffoon.
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Oh my gosh.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten.
Oh. First time we've heard something
The
like
collapse
that.
of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
Maybe she'll be nice. I love this guy.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
It was.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where
Greasy.
it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from
Do
me.
we get uppies?
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible.
You're a small.
Impossible. She's supposed. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
Yeah,
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
sounds about right.
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh, wow.
Rise,
actually
my
got him.
little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Neat.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Hmm.
There's nothing to be sorry about. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
It should have been me! Oh my god, chat is so down bad.
She's gone. Is that...
Yay, we got another.
This... I don't want...
Oh, am I not there? I'm a bird! Caw, caw, caw. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it. A figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
What the? What the? What the? What am I seeing? You're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I don't like the cracking.
Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
I think it don't crack. God.
Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Eh?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Yeah, I get that.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
I mean, I feel like I've tried that many times.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
Okay.
Like I said, this isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
There's a lot.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I'm the long quiet?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end. Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Do I? Huh? One last time. Oh my god. Look at all the princesses. Whoa.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
That's kind of hot. Okay, you guys are so down bad.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Shifting mound sounds kind of dirty. I'm a lady's lady, what can I say?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Okay.
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Is it?
When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
I know, right?
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you,
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being. Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me. A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us? You cling to your notion of pain.
I don't really know
suffering.
what's happening,
There is beauty and ugliness.
but I'm
and
just
love
happy to
and
be included.
conflict.
Oh god.
What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the
Oh, God.
ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us.
A worm.
It took you from me,
but you took me with you.
What?
And together we both left. What once was one, then was two.
This feels
and
like
also
when
one again.
I would go to church as a kid,
You and I are bound together.
and I would be like,
To rid yourself of me
What the
would be
fuck are
to
they
leave
talking
yourself
about?
forever incomplete. We are the whole of reality.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I
It's
move
the
and you
nya
react, and
one.
both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
Sure.
I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to. But I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be.
I'm glad
We
you
made
liked
each
it.
other better. You have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
Okay.
Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering
Yeah, the
you
top one was
essential to
red. I
mine?
didn't know. I don't know about that one.
It's so peaceful.
I wonder if I should be saving and then seeing what. Oh, what the? Automatic saves?
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
What? What?
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are
Am
you
I
just
winning?
that fervent
Question
in how you
mark?
cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is
Am I-
exists
am
only
I
in relation
winning?
to everything it
Or am I
isn't.
losing?
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Okay.
Oh, then destroy me if you're able. But I will not coddle you in my final moments.
You don't have to face her alone.
The hero!
It's good to be here. Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you
Nestled.
there. I can take you to her heart.
Whoa.
It's time to resume
Okay.
our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go.
I'm ready. Oh. But,
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
I guess.
Do you need... Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Okay.
It's just us. I think the rest...
Is that why you want to see this through? That's probably for the best. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I do.
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know, but odds are we've probably done it before. You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Aww. You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. The world hasn't ended. Things
She's
continue on.
gone. And I don't think she's coming back. Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Let's get the frick out of here.
It's quiet here.
Path in the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Oh.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
That's the sun? And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality, a new absolute reality. One forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through.
Who's
All
this?
it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
This is nice. No more hunting.
Who's stubborn?
No more
Who's the
running.
stubborn one?
Just us. And whatever's out there. The whispering.
Oh,
and the
stubborn was
commotion,
earlier?
And the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped.
Fumble the batty, now stuck
I
with
get used to
voice is
this.
sad.
That wasn't very hard at all.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now.
Uh-huh.
Well then, I guess the only thing left to do is figure out what happens next.
Oh, stubborn and hunted? Oh, I think you're right. We did it. We slayed the princess. Wow. I still don't really know what that was. Well, thanks for watching. Maybe we'll try it again at one point. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe. Oh, wow. Cute. Wednesday the snake?
Hello.
Hello.
What is dinner?
I don't know. What do you want for dinner?
It's yours to you.
Let's see. I last ordered on November 18th. Probably me.
But I last ordered yeah.
What would you like to eat?
What would you like to eat?
1 sec. Thanks for watching. Bye.